Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be testing out a very tiny palette from Natasha Denona. So Natasha Denona is a makeup artist and she has her own brand and her stuff is very expensive. It's very luxurious. And yeah, originally I think it was more meant for professional makeup artists, and then she has slowly been coming out with items that the average consumer would like to buy. For example, smaller eyeshadow palettes that are a little bit more affordable. And so that's why I wanted to test this out. It is very tiny, so I'm very curious to see how this performs and how the eyeshadows work. So yeah, let's just get right into it. So these miniature eyeshadow palettes retail for $25, and we'll just give an example of a regular size palette. A regular size eyeshadow palette that has 15 shades is $129. She has those huge eyeshadow pan. Oh, I think they're 28 shades. That's $239. So as you can see, her stuff is very expensive, which I think is why she started coming out with these mini eyeshadow palettes. So I'll first show you the packaging. It's actually very nice. I wouldn't say it's super luxurious, but it definitely feels sleek and nice. And comparing it to the Pat McGrath miniature eyeshadow palette, this packaging is so much nicer. So this was the Pat McGrath one, and it's just very light, and it's just not the best packaging. Pat McGrath also came out with a mini eyeshadow palette, and I did a whole review on it, so I'll link that. But yeah, I'd say these are pretty similar in size. This packaging just doesn't feel as nice as this one. Now this packaging isn't super nice, but it does feel, it feels a little heavy. Obviously it's just plastic, but I just think the look of it looks a little nicer than the Pat McGrath. So I picked up the mini nude palette. So as you can see, all these shades are pretty neutral and warmer brown tones. So the first shade is Bronzage. This is so freaking pretty, and it felt really soft and buttery. The second shade is Coin, which is a very nice transition shade. Third shade is Lumino, which is that nice champagne-y nude shimmery shade. The fourth shade is Sienna. So it's not as metallic as the other two shimmers. It more has golden, small little glitters in it, but it doesn't feel gritty at all. And then the last shade we have is Soil, which is a deeper matte shade. So here are all of the shades, right up my alley, obviously, which is why I picked this palette. She has a couple of these mini palettes that have all different shades, so if you're not into neutrals, she definitely has options. Okay, so let's get into using this palette. I'm gonna zoom in. So I first want to take Coin, which is that lighter transition shade. I'm gonna try to create a look just using these eyeshadows. I don't want to go into another palette. We're gonna start going in the crease. All the shadows actually felt very soft and smooth, so I'm not surprised this is coming out a little bit more pigmented, even though I'm not really tapping in that much. So I'm bringing that a little bit higher up my brow bone. Okay, so that's a really, really pretty base color, and it was super easy to blend out. So now I'm going to go into Soil, since that's kind of my last option. And I'm just going to keep that in the crease / outer corner. So it actually didn't come out as intense. I definitely did take a really light hand, but you can definitely build it up as well. Just start off patting it into the eye and then slowly blend it out. All right, now for the lid shade. I definitely want to try out Bronzage. Definitely a little bit of Lumino. So I'm first going to go in with Bronzage. So I went in with a little bit of setting spray, and I'm going to take Bronzage. And I'm going to apply that to the center of the lid. Ooh, that's so pretty. Now I'm going to go into Lumino, and I'm going to use this. Oh my gosh, look at how reflective. I'm just going to use this in the kind of inner portion. Look how much more intense this side looks. I'm going to take a smaller brush and take Lumino and bring that into the inner corner. So for the lower lash line, I do want to use Sienna since I haven't gone in with that one. Since this is a shimmery one, I'm going to keep this kind of in the center. It looks a lot like bronzage, but it's a little bit more muted. Bronzage is like more metallic, whereas this is like more glitter in it. Then I'm going to take some of Coin, and I'm just going to blend that in the lower lash line. I want to go in with Soil and create like a little bit of a wing. It's going to be like a very blended out like wing. It's not going to be super intense, but gonna leave it at that. I just brought it in like halfway. Okay, so those are the eyes. I'm going to apply mascara and then I'll be back. Okay, so I finished the rest of my makeup and now I want to give my final thoughts on the Natasha Denona mini nude palette. So as you can tell, I really liked this palette. I think all the shades performed beautifully. I love all the shades on my eyes. They were super easy to blend out, like very creamy and buttery and rich. I mean, I literally got like no fallout under my eyes, which is crazy. Although they're definitely a softer formula, they still like weren't too powdery. I mean, that could just be because I sprayed my brush. I'm not sure how the metallics would have been if you hadn't sprayed your brush, but I don't know, with this kind of formula I feel like it's best to spray your brush either way because you want it to be as metallic as possible. So overall, I really love this palette. I think it is totally worth the $25. I mean, that might seem like a lot just for 5 shades, but all these colors are just so beautiful. They work so well and they work very well together. So yeah, I really enjoyed this palette and it was super easy to work with. So yeah, I think if you want some really great high quality shadows, definitely look into these miniature palettes from Natasha Denona because I can't speak for all of them, but this one worked very well. It's so cute and small and just like easy to carry. So yeah, love this palette. I would definitely recommend it. I hope you enjoyed this little review / tutorial. Yeah, thank you guys for watching and I will see you in the next one. Bye.